Welcome to Precious African Tales. Today we're going to be hearing all about the triumph of a widow. In the vibrant city of Lagos, Nigeria, lived Kate, a woman whose life was a canvas of courage and determination. This is her story, a journey of a single mother marked by an unbroken spirit that defied life's storms. In the buzzing and hustling city of Lagos, Nigeria, lived a man named James, known for his unwavering determination and gentle spirit. Life had smiled upon him with a flourishing business, a beautiful home, and a loving family, a devoted wife named Kate, and their 3 vibrant children. Kate, with her sparkling eyes, beauty, and a heart full of kindness, and James, a man full of honor, determination, and resilience, were both the epitome of love that transcended time. Their love story began when they were mere teenagers, innocently strolling through the vibrant fields. The town folks watched as their affection bloomed into a love that seemed to paint the entire city with hues of joy. Kate and James became inseparable, their love story like a melody that enchanted the hearts of all who witnessed it. The couple's days were filled with laughter, shared dreams, and an unspoken understanding that strengthened with each passing year. Their love became the talk of the city, a source of inspiration for the younger generation, and an envy for those who yearned for a love so pure. As the years unfolded, James and Kate's bond deepened. They built a home adorned with love and shared countless sunsets hand in hand. Their union brought forth 3 beautiful children, each a reflection of their parents' enduring affection. However, fate, with its unpredictable nature, cast a shadow over this idyllic love story. James, struck by a sudden illness, cast a shadow over Kate's once vibrant existence. The once robust man found himself confined to a bed, surrounded by the sterile walls of a hospital room. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the once buzzing household faced an unprecedented challenge. The relentless march of medical bills and treatment costs drained their savings, leaving them with no choice but to sell their prized possessions, the cozy family home, the cherished car, and every asset they had painstakingly acquired over the years. Despite their sacrifices, James's condition showed no signs of improvement, and the family found themselves caught in the relentless grip of financial strain and emotional turmoil. Yet, in the face of adversity, the true strength of the family revealed itself. Kate, a pillar of unwavering support, stood by James's side with a love that transcended the bounds of sickness. Their 3 children, though young, became beacons of resilience, offering smiles, laughter, and comforting embraces amidst the sea of uncertainty. As their material wealth dwindled, the wealth of love and togetherness flourished. The family, now residing in a modest apartment, found solace in each other's company, as they could not afford to pay hospital bills anymore, and the doctors would not keep him at the hospital without payment. They resorted to home treatment as their only means of trying to treat him, with the hope of keeping him alive a little longer, as it seemed he was approaching his final days on earth. As such, Kate became James's nurse, confidant, and the unwavering force that held their world together. The children, though they couldn't comprehend the intricacies of their father's illness, radiated a positivity that permeated the home. In the final days of James's life, as he lay surrounded by the warmth of his loved ones, he realized the true meaning of wealth It wasn't the material possessions or financial abundance, but the love, unity, and resilience that defined the richness of his existence through his family. James succumbed to the hands of death, leaving Kate a widow. The town mourned the loss of a compassionate soul, and Kate, draped in the heaviness of grief, faced the daunting task of raising 3 children alone. Kate, despite her heartache, embraced her new role with unwavering strength. Some of her friends, once witnesses to her blooming love, now stood as pillars of support. They rallied around her, offering a helping hand, a comforting word, and the assurance that love, though transformed, would never abandon her. However, it was not long before all the promises and assurances made to her disappeared into the thin air. As such, the reality of being a single mother dawned on her as she faced the task of continuing working to earn some money single-handedly in order to be able to raise her 3 children and the general challenging, daunting task of life that lay ahead without James. Kate, now a single mother of 3, faced a world that often seemed to close its doors on her. With no partner to lean on and a family to provide for, her days were a relentless struggle for survival. Yet, in the midst of all these trials, her spirit remained unyielding, her resolve unshaken. Her life took a dramatic turn when she lost her job at a local textile factory. The news came like a thunderbolt, shattering her fragile sense of stability. But Kate was not one to be defeated. She saw this not as an end, but as a beginning, a chance to rewrite her story. With little savings left and a heart full of dreams, Kate embarked on a journey that many would have deemed impossible. Alongside her in this journey was Amina, a close friend and confidant who, despite facing her own challenges, stood as a pillar of support for Kate. Amina's unwavering encouragement provided Kate with the emotional strength she needed to face the storms of life. She started a small business, selling handcrafted clothing. Her tiny living room transformed into a workshop where fabrics and dreams were woven together. As a startup business, sales were very minimal. Life became harder as little income was coming forth, and feeding her children and paying rent became harder and harder by the day. But Kate would not give up. She kept pushing through and making her dresses in numbers. After months had gone past with her rent being due, the landlord came to her house to request for his rent. He said if not paid, he would have to serve them with a notice to quit the house, so he could rent it out to someone else who could pay the rent. Kate fell on her knees, crying and begging for more time in order to raise the rent. In a twist of events, the landlord, being a man of understanding and consideration, agreed to give her more time. As the agreed deadline approached, Kate still couldn't afford the rent, and so they were evicted from their house. However, Amina, who stood with her over the years, agreed to allow Kate to move in with her along with her 3 kids. Kate's problems mounted and became unbearable as the school which her children attended had also threatened to stop her children's academics, as she had not paid their tuition fees for more than 3 terms. They had previously allowed her children to continue due to the knowledge of the demise of her husband. However, as time went by and she had not paid, it became evident that her condition had not improved. Since the school could not afford to cover the financial gap for her any longer, they had told her about the need for the children to stop attending classes and suggested they are homeschooled. Life became harder as she and her children now slept on the floor, barely could afford a meal a day, and her business had taken a few steps backwards. Kate, not happy with what her life had become, would stay awake all night crying. She would query why James, her late husband, had left her and the kids to suffer in this manner. She would also cry and pray to God for a change in her fortunes. Most mornings, Kate would wake up with a renewed motivation and desire not to give up. She kept pushing through, making her dresses in numbers in her friend's living room. As sales were drastically low, Kate, with the support of her children, hawked her handcrafted wares in traffic. Life became harder and harder as years went past. One sad day, while she hawked in the traffic with her 3 children, her first child, Junior, got hit by a motorcyclist and sustained severe injuries to the head, and he was rushed to a nearby hospital. Dr. Amos had informed her that a surgical operation would have to be performed on him before he could be better, and had demanded for a deposit before he could commence the operation. As there were no funds or savings she could pay from, she begged and pleaded with the doctor to save the life of her child. However, it all fell on deaf ears as Junior laid down on the sickbed almost lifeless. There he laid for about 3 months unconscious, whilst Kate ran up and down to source for funds for the hospital bills. One fateful day at the hospital, she was on her knees pleading with the doctor to begin the treatment for her son, and for more time to be able to pay back the bills. While she begged, Mr. Olu, a kind-hearted, elderly friend to the hospital, had walked in to see Kate on her knees pleading with Dr. Amos. Olu made an inquiry and was informed about Kate's dilemma and her son lying on a sickbed waiting for medical attendance. Mr. Olu, being kind and generous, decided to pay the total bill for Junior's treatment. Kate was made aware of the kind gesture of Mr. Olu and was very grateful. A few weeks later, the operation was successfully performed and Junior was recuperating. Mr. Olu would always visit Junior to see how he was faring. As such doing, Mr. Olu became a mentor to Kate's children, offering guidance and wisdom. His presence added a touch of warmth and familiar bond to their lives, proving that support can come from unexpected corners. As the saying goes, hard work always pays, and life will present you with opportunities that have to be grabbed. During her entrepreneurial journey, filled with ups and downs, Kate met Blessing, a skilled artisan with a passion for design. The two women formed a powerful partnership, with Blessing bringing her artistic flair to Kate's handcrafted clothing business. Together, they expanded from Amina's small living room to a small workshop nearby, which was later transformed into a hub of creativity and innovation. Their hub of creativity started gradually to tickle the interest of the people, as her handcrafted clothing started gathering traction and becoming the talk of the city, thereby increasing the number of customers. However, the road to success was not without its challenges. Adversity took a different form in the character of a Mrs. Johnson, a local business owner who initially viewed Kate as competition and had asked the local council to close her shop as she was operating without license and permit to run in the local area. The local government representative, a Mr. Ade, had listened to Kate's plea and granted her the permission and the license to run her shop legally. Yet, through patience and diplomacy and dialogue, Kate got the license and permit she needed to run her shop and managed to sway Mrs. Johnson over, thereby turning a potential rival into an ally. Mrs. Johnson eventually became a collaborator, contributing her business acumen to elevate Kate's brand, and they expanded together in their businesses. As Kate's business flourished, she extended her hand to the community youths by bringing on board a young, aspiring tailor called Mercy, who found mentorship and guidance under her wing. Mercy's story became intertwined with Kate's, representing the ripple effect of empowerment within the community. In the backdrop of this narrative, the local government played a crucial role through the character of Mr. Ade, an enlightened official who recognized Kate's impact within the community. He became an advocate for women's entrepreneurship, facilitating workshops and resources to uplift not just Kate, but other aspiring female entrepreneurs in the city. Year after year, the climax of the story saw Kate's business expanding beyond the borders of the city, attracting the attention of international fashion enthusiasts. Kate met Maria, an international fashion influencer, who, captivated by Kate's story, became an investor and an ambassador for her brand, opening new avenues for global recognition and financial growth. With all these fortunes, she was able to now send her children to one of the best schools in the city, paid off her outstanding debts, built her own house, and expanded the business. She had more apprentices than anyone in the city, and her brand became a thing to envy. The epilogue brought a heartwarming twist as Kate's eldest daughter, Ngozi, embraced her mother's legacy. Ngozi, having pursued a degree in business management, returned to further enhance and modernize the family's business, ensuring its sustainability for future generations. This unbreaking spirit and the journey of a single mother evolved into a tapestry of interconnected lives, where everybody contributed to Kate's story of triumph. It highlighted the strength of community, the power of collaboration, and the profound impact one woman's determination could have on the lives of many. Kate's journey echoed not only as a personal victory, but as a testament to the collective strength that emerges when individuals come together to uplift and inspire. Kate, once a struggling single mother, now stood at the forefront of a thriving city. Her triumph over adversity resonated far beyond Lagos, Nigeria, becoming a story told in neighboring cities and countries. The tale of Kate's journey inspired many, proving that with determination, community support, and education, triumph could emerge from the most challenging circumstances. Thank you for joining us for today's story. Share your thoughts and insights in the comments section. And don't hesitate to like and share the story with your friends and family members. For more captivating tales and heartwarming stories, kindly subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world to us.